The first question is a partial fraction question, and we are supposed to find A. B is already there. To find A, we will use the cover-up method. You have x minus 5 here, so cancel x minus 5. And how will x become 0? If in place of x you put 5, 5 minus 5 is 0. So when x is equal to 5, write A is equal to, now in the equation that is remaining, x plus 11 and x plus 3. In place of x, we will substitute 5. So 5 plus 11 over 5 plus 3. And you will get A is equal to 2. Therefore, answer is D. In question number 2, given that f of 2 is equal to 3 and f dash 2 is equal to 6, the equation of the tangent line to the graph of f of x at the point where x is equal to 2 is. So we have to find the equation of the tangent. To find the equation of the tangent, you always need x, y, and the gradient. Here, that information has been given to us, that when f of 2 is equal to 3, it means when x is 2, y is 3. And f dash 2 is equal to 6 means when x is 2, gradient is 6. Now that we have got these information, we got x, y, and m. We will substitute in y minus y1 is equal to m, x minus x1. So replace the y, which is 3, gradient, which is 6, and x, which is 2. 6x minus 12, bring the negative 3 to the other side, it will become positive 3. So 6x minus 9. Answer is B. In 3, if f of x is equal to 3x cubed plus 9x squared plus 5, then the x coordinates of the stationary points are. So we have to find the x coordinates of the stationary points. What does stationary point means? It means that your gradient is 0. So we have to differentiate this equation, make it equal to 0 and find x. So dy over dx is equal to 3 times 3, 9x squared plus 18x is equal to 0. Factorize the x out. You can see there are 2x here and 1x here. So that 1x I'll remove out. You will have 9x plus 18 is equal to 0. Therefore, x is equal to 0 and 9x plus 18 is equal to 0. 9x is equal to negative 18. Divide by 9. As this is a multiply, I bring to the other side, it becomes division. X is equal to negative 2. So 0 and negative 2. Answer is D. The next question. If f dash x is equal to 8x plus 10, then limit h is nearing 0. They've given us an equation. You should know that f dash x is equal to limit h is nearing 0, f of x plus h minus f of x over h. If you look at this equation here, it's similar to this except for the 3 and 2. That is extra. And f dash x is equal to 8x plus 10 is given to us. So if I want to make both of these sides equal, there's a 3 and 2 here given to us in the question. I'll put that 3 and 2 here and then replace the f dash x with my f dash x here. 8x plus 10. And this will give me 3 over 2 multiplied by 8x will give me 12x, and 3 over 2 multiplied by plus 10 will give me plus 15. So the answer is B. In this question, where we asked to find the trigonometric function that has asymptotes at theta is equal to 180n, where n is an element of integers. Z means integers, positive or negative. Integers means whole numbers, like 1, 2, 3, 4, -4, 5, like this. So there's a table in the textbook that you should know and understand it and try to memorize it. Let me give you a quick summary about it. Tan theta and sec theta have asymptotes at 2n plus 190, or if it is in radians, 2n plus 1 pi over 2. Cot theta and cosec theta have asymptotes at 180n or pi n. So from here we can see that C is the answer. And also, just a quick note, you should also remember this is the same for the domain. So if you're finding the domain, you will have to know these rules, except that you will write x is not equal to 2n plus 190 or pi over 2, and x is not equal to 180n or pi n. Question 6 is a trigonometric question. Cos theta is equal to 4 over 5, but 0 is less than theta and theta is less than pi over 2, then sine 2 theta is equal to. This means it's in the first quadrant, so sine and cos both are negative. You can do it in an easy way. You can do theta is equal to cos inverse 4 over 5. Don't round it. Whatever answer you get, just substitute here sine 2 multiply by answer in the calculator, and you will get 24 over 25. So the answer is D. If you want to do it the long way, then it will be that you already have adjacent over hypotenuse. So this is, if this is your theta, this is going to be 4 and this is going to be 5. You need to find your opposite. If the hypotenuse is given to you, you subtract the other number and square it and do the square root thing. 3. So opposite is 3. What is sine theta going to equal? Opposite over hypotenuse, therefore 3 over 4. Now you want to find sine 2 theta, which is equal to 2 sine theta cos theta. This is given in the formula sheet. Just replace the sine theta we found and the cos theta which was given to us, and you will get the same answer. This is one more trigonometric question. Now it's in the range between 90 to 270. 90 to 270, it means it's in the second and the third quadrant. This is 90 and this is 270 and 180. You have to find the values of theta. Tan square theta is equal to 3. As it is not extended, there is a very easy way to solve this. In the calculator, remember to have your calculator in degree form. One by one, choose the answer. So write tan 120 square and see what answer you get. You will get 3. It means it could be either A or B, because tan square theta is equal to 3. Now in place of theta, let's put 225. You will get 1, but we want 3. So this is not the answer. Now there's 240 remaining. So tan 240 square, and you will get 3. Therefore your answer is B. I hope you have understood this very clearly. If you have any doubt, you can message me and ask. We have another one trigonometric question, and it's a proving question. So let's start. Whenever you have something like this over, and you know that this is also reciprocal, this is a reciprocal, we can separate it and write. So we can write it as cosec theta multiplied by 1 over sec squared theta minus 1 over sine theta. Cosec will become 1 over sine, and 1 over sec square is cos square theta minus 1 sine theta. 1 multiplied by cos square theta will give you cos square theta and minus 1. Because the denominators are same, they are both sine theta, you can write it as 1 fraction. So we reach here. Which identity can you think of which has cos square theta minus 1? Check your formula sheet. Always check your formula sheet. And this is the identity which we have used in grade 11. Sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. Here you can see that your cos square theta is positive. So leave it as positive. Bring the 1 to this side and the sine square theta to the other side. So cos square theta minus 1 is equal to negative sine square theta. So in place of cos square theta minus 1, I will write negative sine square theta over sine theta. As we can see that you have 2 sine theta in the numerator and 1 sine theta in the denominator. So 1 will get cancelled and you will be left with negative sine theta, which is C. This is an integral question and it looks complicated, but it is super easy. See, there's an integral sign here. You have an integral sign everywhere. It means it has not been integrated. They are writing this equation in another form. What have they done? It's 3g of x. So just if you have a number, you can remove it out. That's what they did here. So 3 integral g of x, answer is t. This is also an integration question with definite limits. The first thing to realize is that pi is a number. It is not a variable, and dx is given. So it's like 5, 4, 3, any number. When you integrate a number, you put x next to it. So if you integrate pi, you will have pi x. And our limits are 4 and 3. One time in place of x, we are going to put 4. And one time in place of x, we'll put 3. So you have 4 pi minus 3 pi, and the answer is pi. A is your answer. In the next question, we are asked to use the trapezium rule with 3 intervals, and the table has already been given to us. So it's a very easy question. Look at the formula sheet for your formula. This is the formula you have to use. First thing you have to do is find h. H is equal to b minus a over n. B is your highest x value and A is your smallest x value. So it is 5 minus 2. And n is the number of intervals or strips. Here we have 3, so we'll put down 3. The answer is 1. Now we replace here h with 1. The first value is your y0, which is 6. The last value is your yn. Whatever is in between, you may have 2 numbers, you may have no numbers, or a lot of numbers. You write in the middle. And you just have to put it in the calculator. When you do so, you will get 43. Therefore, the answer is A. I have noticed that sometimes children, they do 6 plus 30 plus 2 and then they multiply. That's not the way to do it. It's 6 plus 30 plus 2 multiplied by 9 plus 16. Put it properly in the bracket the way I have written. The next question. If a curve passes through the point 0, 10 and its gradient function is 4 plus 12x squared, then the area in square units bounded by the curve x is 0 and x is equal to 1 and the x-axis is. This is a bit of a tough question. Not that it is difficult to solve, but there are a lot of things involved here. The first thing, underline the things given to you. A point is given to you, and the gradient function is given to you, and you have to find the area bounded by the curve x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 1. So the first thing, if you have been given gradient function, so it means dy by dx is equal to 4 plus 12x squared. To find the area, you need the y equation, but you don't have your f of x here or y here, so you will first have to integrate and find your y. So dy is equal to 4 plus 12x squared dx. When you integrate this will become y is equal to 4x plus 12x, 2 plus 1, 3, divide by 3 plus c. In place of x, I'll put 0, and in place of y, I'll put 10. I'll get 10 is equal to c. So what is my equation? My equation is y is equal to 4x plus 12 divided by 3 is 4, x cubed, and replace the c with 10. Now that I've got this equation, I have to integrate this again, and then in place of x, I have to put 0 and 1. So we write it in this format. The big number goes on the top, 1 year and 0 year. And when we integrate, we'll get 4x squared over 2 plus 3 plus 1, 4, and the power goes down, and 10 will become 10x. 1 and 0. Simplify this, it will get cancelled. 4 divided by 2, 2. So your equation is 2x squared plus x to the power of 4 plus 10x, 1, 0. Let's substitute in place of x, 1. And if you substitute 0, you can see here that everywhere, wherever there is x, so 0 multiplied by 2, 0, 0, 0 multiplied by 10, 0, you are going to get 0. And this will give you 13. So your answer is B. Moving on to the next question. In an experiment which involves throwing two six-sided dice and recording the sum of the two values shown, the probability of getting a sum less than 9 is. We know this is a probability question, the sample space question. So make a sample space like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Add the two numbers. 1 plus 1, 2, 1 plus 2, 3. Fill in the table here. And now, what did they ask us? Of getting a sum less than 9. So less than 9 is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 21, 22, 20, 26. So 26 over the total. What is the total? The total is 6 and 6 here, correct? 6 times 6, 36. This will give you 13 over 18. So answer is C. Question number 14 is also a probability question. In a hospital, there are 9 doctors and 4 patients. 8 of these doctors and 2 of these patients are females. If a person is selected, then the probability that the person is a doctor or male is. We'll make a table and we will then see the probability. So here is the table. We have doctors, patients, females, and the other one will be male. There are total 9 doctors and 4 patients. Out of the 9 doctors, 8 are female. So 8 are female and 2 of the patients are female. To find the male, you will do 9 minus 8, 1, and 4 minus 2, 2. Total is 10, 3, and 9 plus 4, 13, and 10 plus 3, 13. The question tells us find the probability that the person is a doctor or male. Or means union. So union means you add everything that is there. So we have doctors plus male. 8 plus 1 plus 2. 11. Over the total, which is 13. Answer is A. This is a partial fraction question and it is case 2, repeated linear factors. You can say x minus 3 to the power of 2. So let's first write down the question here. It is 6x squared minus x minus 2 over x plus 4, x minus 3 square. So you will have a over x plus 4 plus b over x minus 3 and c over x minus 3 square. After this step, always write your factors in an expanded form like x minus 3 and x minus 3. It is easier to later make equation. Moving forward, write all the numerators only. So write 6x squared minus x minus 2 is equal to A, leave space here, B, leave space, C. After that, look here, you have x plus 4. Cover x plus 4, what is remaining? X minus 3 square. Write it next to A. For B, cover x minus 3. If you cover one x minus 3, you will have x plus 4 and x minus 3. And that will go besides B. And for C, you have x minus 3 square. So you are going to cover up both the x minus 3 and you will have x plus 4. And that will go besides C. Now, let's see how x plus 4 will equal to 0. You have to change the sign. If it is positive, make it negative. So you will have x is equal to negative 4. And here you have negative 3. So make it 3. Because x minus 3 is repeated, we leave it. We don't use it again. So first thing, write when x is equal to 3. So wherever there is x, we are going to substitute it with 3. You will have 6 3 square minus 3 minus 2 is equal to 3 minus 3 is 0. 0 multiplied by a, 0. So a is cancelled. 3 minus 3 is 0. 0 multiplied by anything is 0. So even b is cancelled. We are left with c x plus 4. In place of this, we'll put 3 plus 4. You'll get 49 is equal to 7c. Divide 49 by 7 and 7 is equal to c. Then we will use when x is equal to negative 4. You don't need to show this step. You can put in place of x negative 4 directly and you can write the answer. When I replace the x with negative 4, I get 98. 98 is equal to negative 4 and negative 3 square gives me 49a. 98 divided by 49 is 2. So my a is 2. The reason I didn't use b or c is that because I have negative 4. Negative 4 plus 4, 0. 0 multiply, so the b will get cancelled. Negative 4 plus 4, 0, so c will get cancelled. You have used up 2 of your values now. Whenever you have a repeated linear factor, you will have to do comparing the coefficient. And we compare the coefficient of the highest power of x, which in this case is x squared. So compare or equate coefficient of x squared. What do you have before x squared here? 6. So we will write 6 is equal to. Then you know that this is x minus 3 squared. If you open the bracket up, you are going to get x squared. So the coefficient of x squared here is a. And x times x is x squared. So you have bx squared. So the coefficient of x squared is b. In this case, you have c times x, which is cx. You do not have a x squared, so you cannot use the c. Now replace the a with the 2 that you got. 6 is equal to 2 plus b. Therefore, 6 minus 2 is b. 4 is equal to b. We have got our a, b, and c, but we have to write it as a sum of partial fraction. So write down the question again. 6x squared minus x minus 2 over x plus 4 x minus 3 squared, and replace here in this equation your a, b, and c. What is our a? 2. 2 over x plus 4, and b is 4. So b over x minus 3, and c is 7 over x minus 3 square. It was an easy question, not very difficult from the usual questions we get. This is another partial fraction question, and this is a bit complicated. You have not done questions like this, but you can see that you have a quotient, and this is your remainder. And the power of x here is 2, and x times x is also going to give us x squared. So the power is 2. If the powers are same, or if the power in the numerator is bigger than that of the denominator, it means you have to do long division. So let's first do that. You don't get any marks for long division, so we'll do it on the side here. 3x squared plus 23x plus 45, and expand this, you will get x squared plus 3x. The first term, 3x squared, write it here on the side, and then the first term here, write it down underneath. So 3x squared divided by x squared, the x squared will get cancelled, and you have 3. Now multiply x squared plus 3x by 3. X squared multiplied by 3 will give you 3x squared, and 3x multiplied by 3 is 9x. Change your signs, cancel it. 23 minus 9x is 14x, plus the 45 we bring down. The power of x here is 1, and our divisor power is 2. It means we cannot divide it further. 14x plus 45 is our remainder. We already have been given a form of the remainder here. So we are going to just write the numerators. 14x plus 45 is equal to a plus b bracket plus a minus b in bracket. In the denominator of a plus b, you got x. If you cover x, you are left with x plus 3. That's what we will write next to a plus b. And if you cover x plus 3, you will get x. That's what we will write here. How will this x become 0 when it is equal to 0? And x plus 3 will become 0 when x is equal to negative 3. So one time we are going to write let, or when x is equal to 0, in this equation, in place of x, we will put 0. You can put in the calculator directly 14x plus 45. In place of x, put 0. You will get 45 is equal to. And if you put 0 here, you will get a plus b. 0 plus 3 is 3. And 0 multiplied by anything is 0. So we are not going to write that term. You will get 45 is equal to 3a plus 3b. Then we will use when x is equal to negative 3. When x is equal to negative 3, when you substitute in place of x negative 3 here, you will get, just a minute, you will get 3 is equal to negative 3a plus 3b. Here, negative 3 multiplied by a, negative 3a. Negative 3 multiplied by negative b, positive 3b. You can see it's a simultaneous equation, so we'll solve it together. Therefore, 45 is equal to 3a plus 3b, and 3 is equal to negative 3a plus 3b. 48 is equal to, this will get cancelled, 3 plus 3, 6b. Divide by 6, and 8 is equal to b. But we want to find a. It's better you find a and b both. There was another question in which they had asked to find a, but they had given 1 mark for finding b. The mark scheme is a little bit not very correct. So you have to find both a and b. Replace a. I'm going to replace a in this equation here. So 3 is equal to negative 3a plus 3 times b, which is going to be 8. So 3 is equal to negative 3a plus 24. 3 minus 24 is equal to negative 3a. Negative 21 divided by negative 3 is our a. 7 is a. Question number 17. If f double dash 3 is equal to 5, what does this mean? That when you differentiate 2 times and you substitute in place of x3, your answer is going to be 5. And g of x is equal to 1 over 4x to the power of 4 plus f of x. Find g double dash 3. So we'll differentiate this 2 times. So let's differentiate. G dash x is equal to 1 over 4 times 4 x to the power of 3 plus f dash x. I hope you know how to differentiate. That's very important. Now we'll differentiate it once more. 3x squared plus f double dash x. They want us to find g double dash 3. So in place of x, we will put 3. 3 times 3 squared. And they want f double dash x also of 3. So we already know the answer. It is 5 plus 5. It's equal to 32. It was a little different question, but you need to think calmly what are the things that you know and solve it. Find the equation of the normal to the curve y is equal to 2x cubed plus 1 at the point where x is equal to 1. This is a very easy question. What are the things that you need for finding the equation of the normal? You need x, which is given to us. You need y. You need to find the gradient. And then you will flip over and change the sign of the gradient. To find the gradient, you will have to differentiate. First, let's find y. To find y, we just substitute x as in place of x in our main equation here, and you will get 3. We found our y is 3. Then the gradient we need. So we'll differentiate this. You will get 6x squared. Again, in place of x, put 1. Your gradient is 6. But we need the gradient of the normal. So you will flip it over and change the sign. Negative 1 over 6. Now use y minus y1 is equal to m x minus x1, and we'll replace the y1 with 3, m with negative 1 over 6, and x with 1. We just have to open the brackets up. This negative 3 I'll bring to the other side. It will become positive 3. Therefore, y is equal to negative 1 over 6 plus 19 over 6. So we have found the equation of the normal. This question, we have been given an equation and asked to find the range of values of x for which y is a decreasing function. This is one of the most repeated questions. You must learn to solve it properly. The first thing we will do is write a statement. Y is a decreasing function when f dash x is less than 0. Then we are going to differentiate this, and we will get dy over dx is equal to 3x squared over 3 plus 3 over 2 times 2x, and the half is going to become 0. Make it equal to less than 0. The 3 will get cancelled here and the 2 will get cancelled. Or you can put it in the calculator and check. You will get x squared plus 3x is less than 0. Whenever you have a quadratic equation, you have to remove the inequality sign and make it equal to 0. Now you can put in the calculator and get your values, or factorize it, whichever way you understand. X is equal to 0, x plus 3 is equal to 0, and x is equal to negative 3. You can watch a video that I have put up on my channel for solving inequalities, and in that I have explained about decreasing and increasing functions. You can understand there are 4 types, and you'll be able to learn from it all the proper steps. Now here you got 2 values. We have to make a table and then proceed. The table is important because sometimes they give you half mark and sometimes even 1 mark. So this is how you are going to make the table. We write value of x, the small number here and the big number after that, and then sign of dy over dx. Whatever you have here, you minus 1. So negative 3 minus 1, x minus 1, will get negative 4. X plus 1, you will get negative 2. And here also you do x plus 1, you will get 1. These numbers that we found now, substitute that in your dy over dx, which is this. We just have to write down the signs. So when you substitute here negative 4, what will we get in place of x? You will get a positive answer. And then when you substitute negative 2, you will get a negative answer. And when you substitute 1, you get a positive answer. So this is going up and this is going up. This is going down. When is it going down? When it is between these two numbers. Therefore, you will write, again you have to write a statement. F dash or f of x or y. F of x is a decreasing function when you have 0 and -3. The small number you will write first and then the 0. So this is your answer. In this question, we have been given a cuboid. An open rectangular water tank with square base of length x. So this is length x. It's a square, so all the sides will be x. Is to be made from 60 square feet of material. Calculate the value of x, which maximizes the tank's volume. So we need to find the volume. The area is given to us and the length x is given to us. We will first write down the formula for surface area of a cuboid. Remember, it's an open rectangular water tank. So this is your formula. You will be given the formula in the formula sheet, but for a closed water tank or a closed cuboid, there will be a 2 here. When it is open, there won't be a 2 before length times width. After you have made the formula, substitute the values that you know. You know what is your area, so we will write 60. Length is x and width is x, so x times x plus 2 times x times your height is y, and 2 times x times y. This will give us 60 is equal to x square plus 4xy. We have to make y the subject, therefore 60 minus x square. This is a multiply, so it will become a divide here. No need to simplify here, leave it like that. The second equation we need to make is of the volume. Volume is equal to length times width times height, which is x square y. Y we are going to substitute as 60 minus x square over 4x. Open the bracket up, so 60 x square over 4x minus x to the power of 4, 4x. Do not simplify the numbers, just minus the powers. 2 minus 1, 1, x to the power of 1, and here it will be x to the power of 3. Now we will differentiate. So we will get dv over dx is equal to 60 over 4 minus 3 over 4 x square. Make it equal to 0. Because the denominator is same, you can write it as one fraction. 60 minus 3x square over 4 is equal to 0. 4 times 0 is 0. So you are left with 60 minus 3x square is equal to 0. Therefore, negative 3x square is equal to 60. Negative 60. Divide by negative 3 and you will get 20. X is equal to square root 20. We take positive because dimensions cannot be negative. If you round it to 2 decimal place, it is equal to 4.47. You have found your x. You have to find all the unknown quantities, whether they ask you or not. That is, I've seen in the marks scheme, sometimes they give you marks for things they have not asked for. Before we find all the unknown quantities, we have to show whether it is a maximum or a minimum. To do that, you will have to double differentiate. So d2v over dx2. What are we going to double differentiate? We are going to double differentiate this here, the differentiation. The 60 over 4 will go away and you will get negative 3 over 4 times 2x. In place of x, we'll substitute 4.47 and your answer is going to be negative. It is going to be less than 0. Therefore, it is a maximum. we have to find the y. Y is equal to 60 minus, I'll just leave it as square root 20 for now. 4 times square root 20. Put it in the calculator. Sorry, I forgot to put the square here, and this will give you 2.236. If you round it to two decimals, it is 2.24. Now the only thing that we don't have is the volume. So volume is equal to x is square root 20. You can use the decimal form or this form, whichever you find it easy. Multiply by 2.24, and the answer is 44.8. Remember to write a statement that therefore it is a maximum when, therefore volume is 44.8 and it is maximum when x is, what did we find x? 4.47 and y is 2.24. Not a very difficult question, just a lot of steps involved. So we have a trigonometric question here. It's a very easy question. A formula has been given to you. Look at the formula sheet and write the formula. And also all the values have been given to you. So you just have to write the formula. Sine A plus B is equal to sine A cos B plus cos A sine B. We just have to replace everything. So we'll do that right now. So we have replaced everything. And the answer is 204,325. And if you round it, you will get 0.63. I rounded it to 2 decimal place. Question number 22. Without using a calculator, calculate the value of. Again, this is a very easy question. You have to see and realize that this is cos 2a. Cos 2a, so we can write it as cos 2 times a. What is the a in this case? 22.5. And this is also the cos rule. So cos 2a, cos 2 times 15, we'll get cos 45 times cos 30. Cos 45, they are saying don't use a calculator, but you can use a calculator. In the calculator, when you put, you will get cos 45 is equal to square root 2 over 2. If you have the same number in the numerator and the denominator, you can write it like this, 1 over root 2. And cos 30 will give you square root 3 over 2. So you have square root 3 over 2 square root 2. Whenever you have something like this, just show that you're multiplying the numerator and the denominator by square root 2. Put this in the calculator and whatever answer you get, you write it down. You will get square root 6 over 4. You don't need to put this in the calculator, only this part here, and that will be your answer. In this question, we have been asked to calculate the value of r and alpha. You might have seen that this is one of the most repeated questions. It's a very easy question. You have been given cos theta plus alpha. This is the same as the addition formula. Look at the formula sheet and expand the bracket. Write down the question again. Square root 3 cos theta minus 3 sin theta is equal to, open this formula, cos theta cos alpha minus sin theta sin alpha. But there's an r here. That's the reason I put the r here. And we have to put the r here also. After that, we have to equate cos theta and sin theta. When you equate cos theta, where is cos theta? It's here and it is here. If you cancel out the cos theta, what will remain? Square root 3 is equal to r cos alpha. And now we will equate sin theta. So for sin theta, it's negative 3 sin theta and negative 3 sin theta alpha. If sin theta is cancelled, we will be left with negative 3 is equal to negative 3 sin alpha. The negative will become positive. To find r, we always write the numbers that we got and square them. Put this in the calculator, you will get 2 square root 3. We leave the r as a radical only, we don't change it into decimal. Now that we are done with that, we have to find alpha. So tan alpha, we write is equal to sin alpha over cos alpha. What is your sin alpha? 3. And cos alpha, square root 3. So alpha is equal to tan inverse 3 over square root 3. Alpha is equal to 60. Now that we have got our alpha, write down the question again. So square root 3 cos theta minus 3 sin theta. Replace the r that you got, 2 square root 3 cos theta plus alpha. What is our alpha? 60. So this is our answer. This question is about proving. So you have to choose a side, left side or the right hand side. Always choose the more complicated side. So we will say left hand side is equal to, this identity is sine 2 theta. So from the formula sheet, you know, it's going to be 2 sine theta over cos theta over sine theta. And here you will have negative cos 2 theta over cos theta. For now, just write it like that. And remember, we want sec theta. It means we want 1 over cos theta. We don't want anything else. This sine theta will get cancelled. So you will be left now with 2 cos theta minus cos 2 theta over cos theta. Always need to have a common denominator. So 1 multiplied by cos theta, and we are going to multiply in the numerator also. This will give us 2 cos square theta minus cos 2 theta over cos theta. You have 3 identities with cos 2 theta. Again, from the formula sheet, choose the one which has cos only in it. So cos 2 theta is equal to 2 cos square theta minus 1 over cos theta. Open the bracket up. S1. Remember the signs change. And 2 cos square theta minus 2 cos square theta is 0. And we are left with 1 over cos theta, which is equal to sec theta, and we proved it is equal to our right hand side. This is an integration question, a very easy question. The first thing that you do is simplify. So 2x is already simplified. Square root x, we will write it as x to the power of half, and the x square which is in the denominator will make it a numerator, so the signs will change. Negative 2. Now we just have to integrate 1 plus 1, 2. the 2 will go down, 2 and 2 will get cancelled, and you will have here 3x. Half plus 1 is 3 over 2. Put the 3 over 2 down, and negative 2 plus 1, negative 1. Put the negative 1 over down. Remember to put c. So you have x square. Put this in the calculator and see what you get. You will get plus 2 x to the power of 3 over 2. And this will become negative x to the power of negative 1 plus c. Just let me write down clearly here. 2x, 3 over 2, negative. We will make this into 1 over x plus c. So this is an integration question, finding area under the curve. You need to think a little before you solve this. You will have to make it into area 1 and area 2. So this one is our area 1 and this one is our area 2. In area 1, you got only one curve here. This is the curve bounded by the x-axis. So to find this area, we will use area 1 is going to be x square minus 5x plus 11 with the limits 2 and 0. So let's integrate that first. You will get x cubed minus 5x square over 2 plus 11x with the limits 2 and 0. In one time in place of x, we'll replace with 2. And then with 0. When you replace with 0, it's going to be 0. This will give us 44 over 3. For now, we will leave this answer. And now we'll find area 2. For area 2, you can see that you have a curve here and another curve. So it's the curve minus the curve. So the first curve is x square minus 5x plus 11. Subtract this curve here. Please remember to put a bracket and see the limit has been given to you. 3 and 2. When they give you like this, they given here as a point also, 3 and 5. We do not take the y value, we only take the x value as the limits. So we have 3 and 2. X square minus 5x plus 11 minus x square plus 4 dx. You can see that there is x square minus x square, it will get cancelled. 11 plus 4 will give us 15 and minus 5x. So this we will integrate. We will get 15x minus 5x square over 2 with the limits 3 and 2. Now one time in place of x we are going to put 3. So 15 times 3 minus 5 times 3 square over 2 minus. Next time we'll put 2. This will give you 45 over 2 and this will give you 20. 45 over 2 minus 20 is 5 over 2. So this is your area number 2. Now to find the total area, you have to do A plus A2. So you have 44 over 3 plus 5 over 2. This will give you 103 over 6, which can be written as 17 1 over 6 or 17.2 rounded to 2 decimal place. So we are done with this question. Question number 27 is a probability question. There are 4 blood types, A, B, AB, and O. A blood donor can be classified as either male or female. Draw a tree diagram to represent this information. So we can say it can be a male or a female. And there are 4 types of blood. So we'll have 4 branches. A, B, AB, and O. The same we are going to do here. 4 branches, A, B, AB, and O. A very, very easy question. Question number 28 is also a probability question. Probability of A and B is given, and A intersection B is given. We have to find the probability of A given not B. A given not B, probability of A given not B is probability of A intersection not B over probability of not B. You need to write all your formulas. Always open your formula sheet when you're solving probability questions. A intersection not B is probability of A minus probability of A intersection B. Probability of not B is 1 minus probability of B. Instead of saying a complement, I prefer to use the word not because it becomes easier to understand, especially if you are shading. Let's substitute what we have got here. 0.4 minus 0.02. This will give us 19 over 24, which is 0.79, rounded to 2 decimal place. This brings us to the end of this exam paper. I hope I have been able to help you. Kindly subscribe to my channel, like, and share it with your friends. Also, please give a positive comment. Thank you very much for watching the video.